I told Horatio how I plotted to overcome Claudius's scheme and to have him murdered in England.
Action! How do you plan to overcome his scheme?
Well, I replaced the sealed letter carried by the unsuspecting Rosencrantz and Guildenstern. This called for my execution, with one calling for the execution of the bearers of the letter, Rosencrantz and Guildenstern themselves.
Did you have any sympathy for them?
Well, as I told Horatio, I have no sympathy for Rosencrantz and Guildenstern, who betrayed me while catered to Claudius. However, I do feel sorry for having behaved with such hostility toward Laertes.
How did Audric come to you?
He came to tell me that Claudius wants me to fence with Laertes, and that the king has made a wager with Laertes that I will win. I agreed to fight.
What did you mean by all's ill here about my heart?
That one must be ready for death, since it will come, no matter what one does.
What does the king tell you about the match?
The king says that if I win the first or second hit, he'll drink to my health, and then throw into a cup a valuable gem, and give the wine to me.
Did you strike Laertes first?
Yes, I hit Laertes first, and I declined the drink from the king's cup, because I wanted to get the match over with.
What happens after you hit Laertes again?
Gertrude raises to drink from the cup that the king has offered me. Surprisingly, the cup must have been poisoned because Gertrude started to have a sort of a fit after drinking it. But at the time, I had no idea what was going on, so I continued.
Did you know that he poisoned the sword?
I had no idea. I just remember during the fight we exchanged swords, and I managed to wound Laertes with his own blade.
What happens after the fight?
The queen falls. Laertes, poisoned by his own sword, declares, "I am justly killed with my own treachery." I remember the queen's last words. The cup must have been poisoned. Called out to me and dies.
What happens after Laertes revealed?
Laertes tells me that he too has been slain by his own poisoned sword, and that the king is to blame for both the poison on my sword, and for the poison in the cup. In fury, I ran to Claudius and struck him with my poisoned sword, and forced him to drink down the rest of the poisoned wine. I remember telling Horatio that I am dying, and exchanged a last forgiveness with Laertes.
Thank you, Hamlet.
The sound of marching echoes through the hall, and a shot rings out nearby. Ostrich declares that Fortinbras has fought in a conquest from Poland, and now fires a volley to the England ambassadors. Hamlet tells Horatio again that he is dying, and urges his friend not to commit suicide in the light of the tragedies, but instead to stay alive and tell his story. He says he wishes Fortinbras to be the king of Denmark, then he dies. Fortinbras marched into the room and accompanied by the English ambassadors, who announced that Rosencrantz and Guildenstern are dead. Horatio says that he will tell everyone at the story that led the gruesome scene now on display. Fortinbras orders for Hamlet to be carried away like a soldier.
Doesn't carry. Piano